Hi boys and girls, today we're going to be creating our story quilts. Remember, we're being inspired by Faith Ringgold and her story quilts, right? So we're going to design ours in this style of a crazy quilt. So what that means is our pieces for our quilt do not have to be squares. They can be all different kinds of shapes. And we're going to come up with, I'm going to hold this closer, we're going to do lots of different patterns and different colors on our quilt pieces. So you're going to start with oil pastels. Mrs. Walker is going to give everybody a nice big piece of paper. I do want you to print your name and class code on the back before you start oil pastels. And don't forget your class code goes right inside a circle there. And then you're going to flip it over, select a color, and I'm going to pick just, let's see, I think I'm going to start with a yellow. I'm going to do this one. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. You probably want a little bit darker color because this one's going to be all your lines. So think about what color, if you were sewing this quilt, what color would you make the thread? I'll hold this up again. The thread that's holding each one of these together, okay? Because we're going to do the stitching. I'm going to do green. I've decided I'm going to pretend like I'm sewing my quilt with light green thread. So find a color. I think any color will do. If I do a really light yellow, it might be kind of hard to see, but we're going to watercolor over these. So as long as you're okay with working with yellow, I'm fine with that too. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to start drawing lines that go from one edge of my paper all the way across to the other edge. So I'm going to just decide to divide it here. Then you could either go all the way across, or you can start at that line and come out to the edge. Okay? And you're just going to make some intersecting lines that create some different shapes. So right now this is probably a good size here. This one's a little bit big, so I'm going to go across. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge. And then I think this one I'm going to go diagonally this way. So this is a nice size piece. Each one of these shapes you're going to do a design in, so don't make it too small. You want to leave enough room that you can do a line design in here. Okay, and, so this one I might divide this into two. And then I think I'm going to divide this one into two separate sections like so. And maybe this one right here. So I'm looking at how big each of my sections are. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sections. I think I'm going to divide this into 14 sections. This is a pretty big one, but I'm okay with having a few bigger ones in here. Now it's time to do the little stitch marks. Remember I said you were going to make it look like you were sewing with this. So I want you to actually do a little line that goes like this. Just little stitches that go right across your line. And you're going to do that on every single line. You're going to make it look like little sewing marks, like someone sewed right across those two pieces to hold them together. Okay? Little short stitches that you would make across. Okay? Because this is a hand-stitched quilt, and I'm sewing my little stitches right across the two pieces. This is going to hold this piece to that piece. That's what this little stitch is. So if you're taking your needle, you'd be sewing from one little piece to another right across. All right, I'm going to switch colors now. Remember I said you're going to switch colors? And I'm thinking about these like polka dots on here, so I'm just going to pick one of these and I'm going to do dots. And I know I don't need to color these dots in because I know I'm going to paint over it. But could I color them in if I wanted to? Just the dots, yes. Should I color in this whole area? No, do not color in the whole area. Okay? Now I could use this color again, but I have so many colors to choose from, I'm not going to do it. I think I'm going to pick this yellow and do some stripes here right next to it. I'm just going to do stripes. All right, I'm just going to continue to think of different line designs or patterns or repeated shapes, right? I could just do I want to do a heart one here with this red that just made me feel like hearts. So I'm just going to do little red hearts, and I am going to color in my little red hearts for this one. but I'm not going to color in behind them because remember, we're going to be doing the watercolor over this, so we do not want to color everything in. We want to leave a lot of white paper behind to pick up our paint. Okay, when you have everything colored in the way you want it and you've left a lot of white space behind yours, this one I'm a little bit worried about because I wanted to make a thick line here and it starts to look like I've colored it in, but I think it'll be okay. Try not to do that much, okay? Try to just do less than that. I wish I'd only done that as thin lines because I wanted to be able to see my color through. But when you get to this point, make sure that your oil pastels are put away. We're going to keep these in our table folders for next week because next week we're going to add the background color with our neon paints, okay? So, table folder, clean up, and you're done.